Hi, my name is Nicole Aliyev, and I'm a realtor in Maryland. I'm also licensed in West Virginia and Pennsylvania. And today I'm going to talk to you about realtor fees and what this means for both the buyer and the seller. Well, I'm going to start from talking from the point of view of somebody who works in Maryland, because when I go to West Virginia, it can be a little bit different. So certainly in Maryland, when a seller decides that they want to sell their home, they contract with a realtor who is then known as the seller's realtor, and they decide with the seller's realtor how much they're going to pay in terms of a total commission amount. Now, what I mean by a total commission amount is that that commission will cover both the buyer's agent and the seller's agent in terms of commission. So it's actually the seller who ends up paying the buyer's agent as well as their own seller's agent. Now, what's important to know is that the seller's agent is really the person who decides what percentage they're going to then offer to the buyer's agent. So say the seller agrees with their agent that they're going to give them 6% in total. The seller's agent could decide that they're going to keep, maybe 4% of that, in which case the buyer's agent is only going to get 2%. Or maybe if they're fair, they're going to decide, no, they're going to split that down the middle. It'll be 3% both sides. Or maybe what they do is they decide that they're going to pay the buyer's agent 2.5%. Now, in my experience, from what I see on the multiple listing service, about 98% of properties that are listed are offering the buyer's agent 2.5%. Now, there is no agreement as to what that should be. The agreement is purely between a client and their agent, and what then the seller's agent decides that they're going to offer the buyer's agent. However, the buyer's agent is able to work out a commission with their own buyer. So at the time of signing paperwork with their buyers, they agree what their commission will be. Now, for instance, I work at 2.5% commission. That is my base. Okay. So if you are a buyer, my minimum is 2.5%. That is what I expect to be paid. Now, why is this? Well, what many people don't realize is that realtors, for the most part, are actually independent business owners. So I own my own LLC, which is my business. But what happens is my license is actually held with a broker, and that brokerage is with Caris Realty. So it's just the same with any other realtor when you look at, say, Long and Foster or Coldwell Banker or Keller Williams or any of the bigger agencies. Each of their agents are independent business owners who pay the brokerage for the right to hold their license under that brokerage. Now, why do realtors get paid the fees that they do? Well, let me break it down for you. As an independent business owner, not only am I responsible for my own healthcare, my own marketing, my own business expenses, such as my car, my gas, any of the paperwork, any of the continuing education that I have to do in order to maintain my license. It also has to cover my license, which I have to pay for both on a county level as well as on a state level. It also pays for me to be able to access the multiple listing service. It also pays for me to be able to access things like SentryLock, so that when I let you into the door of a property, the device that I use is something that I'm actually paying for as a service. Now, these fees, let me tell you, are not $10 here and $20 there. I'm talking $850 just to be able to access my Bright MLS, and that is just on a quarterly basis. So I have many, many fees that I have to cover as an independent business person. Plus, part of my 2.5% goes to my broker at the time of sale, because why? Well, my broker offers me guidance, they offer me paperwork, they offer me some legal backup, they also offer me technology. And so I have to pay part of my commission to them. Makes sense, right? If you were to take space in somebody's office, you would likely be paying for it. That's exactly the same thing. And then there are things which get even more confusing, which are called referral fees. So for instance, I'm a Chase referral agent. That means Chase often call me up and say, hey, we've got a buyer who is interested in your area. Would you work with them? Now, if I take that up, I have to actually pay Chase a referral fee. And that is an additional 25%. And with another client that I work with here in Frederick, they take 30% from my base commission. So there I am. I've got my broker's fee, I've got my referral fee, and whatever is left is actually what I have to use to cover all my expenses as a small business owner. So I hope this was of help. And if you have any questions about your agent's fees, you should always discuss this with your agent, because this is something that the two of you should agree. But as an agent, when I'm representing buyers, I do expect them to pay me my 2.5%. And if the seller isn't offering me 2.5% and they're offering me less than that, then it is up to my buyer to pay that difference upon closing, because I am offering them a full service. Thanks for listening.